What's up, all my gamer friends? Some new news just dropped very recently about the status of the Horizon Zero Dawn TV show that was coming to Netflix, and it's not looking good. The show has been cancelled, and for not good reasons. So we will be getting into that after the intro. But of course, before we begin, don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe. So over here on Gaming Bible, originally based on an article from Rolling Stone, a pretty long article, so this one kind of just breaks it down into more concise information about what exactly happened and why the Horizon Zero Dawn show, which was coming to Netflix, has been cancelled. And it's been quietly cancelled. According to a report, the Horizon Zero Dawn inspired Netflix series. I don't know what that means by inspired. See, that's already a weird way to say it. We first heard reports of Netflix adapting a series inspired by the Guerrilla Games franchise back in May 2022, and that Horizon news was all but confirmed the following month. The news of the Horizon series was also announced alongside a God of War adaptation coming to Amazon's Prime, confirming a Sony PlayStation double whammy. Whammy! Whammy! If you've seen Anchorman, you get what I'm talking about. I don't know, the Horizon game series is, I really like the first one, but the second one wasn't really enough of a change. The Horizon series would be the latest in a long line of Netflix shows inspired by video games, following in the footsteps of Castlevania, Tekken, The Bloodline, and Dragon Age Absolution, to name a few, with a Tomb Raider series starring Hayley Atwell on the way later this year. Other than knowing that there is going to be a series inspired by Zero Dawn on Netflix, we know practically nothing about the adaptation. We don't know its full working title or the exact story it will tell, but it seems those details may not matter at all. According to Rolling Stone's Cheyenne Roundtree, it's been reported that the Horizon series on Netflix may have been cancelled. See, I don't know why they're saying that it might be, when down here in the actual link, Cheyenne says Rolling Stone has learned that two of Umbrella Academy showrunner Steve Blackman's projects that were in development on Netflix, Horizon Dawn and Orbital, are no longer moving forward. That just means cancel. That doesn't mean maybe. Yeah, so she announced this in a tweet, and the tweet links to a rather lengthy Rolling Stone article that goes into the depths of what exactly happened. Apparently, Mr. Blackman is very toxic. The reported cancellation of this Netflix series follows an investigation by Roundtree related to accusations against Steve Blackman of bullying and toxic behavior in the workplace against the showrunner. At this time, neither Sony nor Netflix has confirmed that the Horizon series has been cancelled. Well, then who knows that it is? If I were to be a wishful thinker, I'd hope that the worst case scenario is that it's been put on hold until a new showrunner has been found, which would be what they would normally do. That could still be the case. They could just find another showrunner. Over here on Rolling Stone, the article that this came from, there's a lot more details into it. 12 staffers and an HR complaint obtained by Rolling Stone accuse Steve Blackman of fostering a hostile workplace. Blackman calls the claims entirely untrue and completely absurd. Yes, that's interesting to say when 12 people complain. If it was one, maybe. But when 12 people complain, I don't know. Months before the Umbrella Academy premiere in February 2019, showrunner Steve Blackman knew he delivered Netflix a hit series. 45 million people tuned into the first season, making it Netflix's third most watched series that year behind Stranger Things and The Witcher. The job candidates include a female writing team, writers who split one salary as a package deal, which I didn't know you would do something like that. That's kind of crappy. Blackman interviewed the two women, one of whom was pregnant and in her third trimester. That's a weird time to apply for a job in the middle of when you're so pregnant. He later offered them a place in the writer's room in a standard 20-week contract. The new mother returned a month before her contract. She returned a month before her contract ended. Then the writer's room was extended another 10 weeks so the team could finish the season. Everyone had their contracts extended except for the female writing team. Blackman allegedly blamed their exit on budget issues and wanting a more experienced writer to replace the duo. But according to a January 2023 Human Resources complaint filed to Universal Content Production, the NBC-owned production behind the company Umbrella Academy, Blackman had repeatedly grumbled that
to others that he felt ripped off, complaining he didn't know the woman was pregnant when he hired her. Yeah, I don't know how much as you see when you're in the third trimester. He told me he fired them because one was pregnant and didn't tell him, one writer from a season tells Rolling Stone. 3 other sources say that Harold Blackman makes similar remarks. It wasn't the only time people exited the Umbrella Academy, which returns for its 4th and final season August 8th. Under dubious circumstances, sources claim, including a support staffer who had declined to tell Blackman details of a private conversation, and a personal assistant who accidentally received Blackman's prescription information. In conversations with 12 former Umbrella Academy writers and support staffers who worked across all 4 seasons, all of whom have experience in the often chaotic world of television productions, several labeled their time there as one of the most tumultuous experience of their careers. Somebody called me whispering basically into the phone, all freaked out, like, "Don't take this job," one writer recalls. "Against my better judgment, I took the job." The majority of sources for this article requested their names be withheld, citing fears of professional retaliation. The staffers' concerns and experiences were represented in the January 2023 HR complaint reviewed by Rolling Stone, which accused Blackman of having a long history of toxic, bullying, manipulative, and retaliatory behavior. The sources and the HR complaint paint Blackman as a manipulative and chaotic showrunner who fostered a toxic workplace by pitting staffers against one another, creating an environment of fear and distrust, taking credit for other people's work, and allegedly making lewd remarks that sources say he found to be sexist, homophobic, and transphobic. Blackman's behavior was also mentioned in 2 other complaints made by a writing team member and an actress. See, right now this is making me think about Ellen Page, who's now Ethan Page. She literally changed her character during the show to show her change in real life, which was pretty interesting and cool that they would do that, because that's a pretty dramatic change. Hey, by the way, guys, I'm actually not a woman, I'm a guy. So let's break that into the show. And another time, an actress would have been fired for that, probably. Over 6 years and 4 seasons, overseeing thousands of crews, actors, and writers, Steve Blackman led the Umbrella Academy to become a beloved series with devoted fans, enthralling stories, and a dedicated team making it all possible. The allegations from a handful of disgruntled employees are completely false and outrageous, and in no way reflect the collaborative, respectful, and successful working environment Mr. Blackman has cultivated. They're saying that shit, but then they're saying right here that Rolling Stone sent numerous emails and texts to Netflix publicists for the Umbrella Academy regarding this article and did not receive a response or acknowledgement of the detail request. The enthusiastic response to the series proved Blackman could handle that pressure, and by 2020, Netflix offered him an overall development deal reportedly worth $50 million. The streamer announced in 2022 that Blackman would spearhead the adaptation of popular video game Horizon Zero Dawn and create the original outer space thriller series Orbital as part of that deal. Rolling Stone has learned that the 2 projects are no longer moving forward. A representative for Blackman noted that the showrunner has long, ongoing, and close working relationship with Netflix and continues to work on new projects. They added that Blackman signed a new multi-year deal earlier this year. So, what's the point of any of this? They're talking about all this crap, but he's still working on shows with Netflix. So it's almost like they just canceled it, and this whole toxic thing is a whole other thing that has nothing to do with this. They're getting these complaints, but instead they sign another multi-year deal. Yeah, so it's more this just about his behavior, and I don't know, to me it's unusual that all this stuff would come out, and yet they already signed a multi-year deal with him again. It's possible that they signed that after all these allegations came up, because this article just came out like yesterday or something. So it's interesting to see where this would go. This is all resulting in the ending of Horizon, or maybe it's not, because it's interesting that they would recently sign a new thing with him. This show is canceled, but we're still working on other stuff with him. So it's kind of like it's not even really related. But they never even really said the word canceled. They said not going forward with, which is a weird way to say canceled. So there's still a part of me that's like, maybe it isn't fully canceled, and for now it's on hold. I always thought it was a weird choice to go with Horizon because it's only had 2 games and they weren't exactly massive hits. But God of War is a way more larger IP that's more known and it's been around for like almost 20 years. We'll see where this goes. In regards to what's happening with Blackman, that's a whole other thing. I just wanted to talk about the cancellation of the Horizon Zero Dawn show, but I still feel like there's a possibility it could get resurrected somewhere on maybe even another network. So yeah, a little bit of drama happening around the cancellation of the Netflix Horizon, but we'll continue to see what's happening with that. It could come back in the future, who knows? But until then, all my gaming friends, don't forget to like and subscribe. But above all else, don't forget to keep gaming.